Please, I want to take this opportunity, ladies and gentlemen, to thank our Premier, ladies and gentlemen, our Honorable Oscar Lubabalo, abamthandayo bambiza kuthi ukudiya the delicious, Mabuyani. We thank you. And we want to thank you so much that for this year's commemoration of the Bhisho Massacre, which is taking place today on this day of the 7th of September 2023, where the country is facing tough economic situations, which saw the country's economy enjoy higher stages of electricity load shedding. We don't talk about it because it affects our economy. And this is a significant day, ladies and gentlemen, as on this day, exactly 31 years ago, the lives of the Bhisho Massacre victims, which perished exactly 19 months before the advent of our watershed democracy. The event takes place in the month, this event that we are at takes place in the month of September, which is a significant month in our national calendar. I must say that as it marked, and it marks as Heritage Month, a Public Service Month, a National Suicide Prevention Month, including the signature moments like the commemoration of the death of Stephen Bantu Biko, which is on the 12th of September which was in 1977, includes also the Northern Areas Massacre. So, Honorable Premier, we thank you for being deliberate in ensuring that the Bhisho Massacre remains entrenched in our hearts, in our minds, and in our conscience as the citizens of this province, but in general, the citizens of this country. Sithi kuwe Qhuba Mhlekazi, unyuke nayo le project yakho, siyakusupporta kuyo Mhlekazi. You are doing a good job. To our Deputy Minister for Ministry of Police, who is my co-district development model champion, Honorable Castle Matale, my comrade, my friend. When we were deployed by the President of the Republic of South Africa, President Cyril Ramaphosa, to be the district development champions in Buffalo City Metro, we never realized that our interface with the provincial government in particular, the metro municipality, the traditional leadership within the metro will be so fulfilling. Thank you for always making sure that we don't falter in our deployment. Your message of support to the families of the victims and the survivors of the Bhisho Massacre have stroked a chord indeed, and we thank you so much. To the King of Amakhakhabe, Ukumkani Uvululwandle, on behalf of the Makhakhabe Kingdom, represented by Unkosi Makoma, Siyabulela, I hope you uzothumela umlayeza kukumkani that Tina, it's not the first time that we have been afforded the opportunity to interact with representatives Kumkani, including Kumkani. Recently, we had the pleasure, the opportunity to meet Ukumkani when we were accompanying the Deputy President, no Premier wetu. It was really an honor for us, abantu ababuya ngaphandle, Premier, to see Ukumkani, you know, like ukusondela, you know, just ukusondela to Ukumkani. So I must say that we thank you, the tribal authority, for paying your respects, not only through your words, but by your presence and the warm support to this project. And as this is your land, and I'm sure we all know that many of the fallen heroes and heroines were indeed your people, and I'm sure the families of the victims and the survivors remain your utmost concern. Siyabulela. To the Deputy Speaker of the Provincial Legislature, Comrade Honorable Umlibo Qoboshiani, the Deputy Chair of Chairs, Comrade Nontutuzelo Maqhubela, members of the Provincial Legislature, the MECs who are here present in this gathering, we thank you as the pillars that ensured that the spade work gets done in the province of the Eastern Cape in different portfolios where you are deployed. We want to thank you heartily. Your resilience, your tenacity, and the will have ensured that this Bhisho Massacre 31st commemoration becomes a success that it is. We thank you for your support to the Honorable Premier as someone who myself and my fellow DDM champion, as outsiders, we are able to see the support that you are giving to the Premier at all times since we have been deployed here. We thank you. To the Executive Mayor of Buffalo City Metro, Umama, Princess Faku, thank you for the warm words of welcome that you gave during your welcoming speech. You made us all feel at home in the Buffalo City Metro. As this is the 31st Bhisho Massacre commemoration, I'm sure one of the economic spin-offs that will actually be looked into by the municipality will be the attraction of tourists into this route. The Bhisho Massacre story is a story that needs to be told for many years to come, as those who died nourished the tree of this freedom that we are enjoying today. I admire the fact that you are an African woman, and in this position, and with you is a motherly disposition, which is what separates us from the rest. But umama lo ongizalayo, umama lo ongizalayo. Thank you so much. To our traditional leaders present here also, I must say that as both DDM champions for BCM, we have been in the Eastern Cape province many times doing the DDM work. It is very interesting, I must say, Premier, that the majority of times that we have been here, we have had engagements with the traditional leaders, the traditional leadership as the champions, and we want to thank them very much for their presence and their intentional support to the government programs. Together working with the traditional leadership has always become very clear that the work gets done. And we think that you are able to keep government accountable as traditional leadership. We appreciate your commitment, City Enkosi Kunini. And to all the executive mayors, deputy mayors, mayors, speakers and councillors, MMCs, DDGs, heads of departments, CEOs of provincial SOEs, provincial heads of national departments and public entities present here this afternoon, and government officials who are here. We want to thank you for your presence and your contributions behind the scenes, as some of the activities were dependent on your approvals. And we want to also thank you for those signatures who are responsible to authorize, because we know that some officials are very difficult when it comes to signature. They want a lot of paperwork, but we want to thank you for having made sure that you authorize this activity. Thank you so much. To our spiritual or religious leaders present here, Bomfundis Betu, I think I don't have enough words to thank you, but I'd like to take this opportunity and thank you for your spiritual support to the entire community of the Eastern Cape through your different spiritual organizations. We thank you for your support and for gracing today's activity with your presence, because we know without your prayers, we will fumble and become weary. We say, Enkosi, Bafundis Betu. To the community of the Eastern Cape, who are our VIPs today, I'm sure that you have listened to the Premier, to the dear, the delicious, and all the speakers attentively, and surely the words spoken here have not fallen on deaf ears, but to the communities that are ready to fight the social ills that, like the gender-based violence and femicide, which is very high in the Eastern Cape, I must say, Premier. Crime and many others such ills. And as government, we are nothing without your support as communities. Siyanicela ke bandla ukuthi continue working with us as this government. Enkosi. To the local organizing committee, one can confirm by the standards of this event premiere that a lot of planning and hard work has gone into it. I know it must have come through a long hours and that came into this work. Enkosi for all your hard work in organizing this event, for your continued support to the Honorable Premier, the Director General, and the provincial leadership of the Eastern Cape Provincial Government. You are our foot soldiers and continue to make us proud. Ukwanda, kwaliwa, gumthakathi. To the families of the victims and the survivors. As I close, let me direct my attention to the most important people in this event. Ladies and gentlemen, the victims, the families of the victims and the survivors of the Bhisho Massacre. My prayer is for you to find healing. All the messages of support and the speeches that were spoken here today are meant to give you strength and courage. Sicela nikolele. As government, we are once more reaffirming our commitment to ensure that this day remains embedded in the history of our country. Ndifuna kulishiya ke ngevesi premier nabafundisi abantu basephondweni. Matthew 13 verse 16 and 17 ithi yona 16, blessed are your eyes because they see and your ears because they hear. 17 ivala ngokuthi, for truly I tell you, many prophets and righteous people long to see what you see but did not see it, and to hear what you hear but did not hear it. Enkosi.
You can do better. Malibongwe! Kamala makhosikazi! Siyabulela kakhulu Comrade Pinky. Izaziso zime ngolhlobo. Sicela nithule eke Nkosi. Ningasuki kwezi ndawo nihleli kuzo ne. Kuzawuziswa ukutya. Ningagxalathelani kuzawunonela kuba nisukile anizufumana. Siyabulela kakhulu nathi no co-program director wam ngokuba nisinike imbeko. Ngoku sizawuvala. Sanungcola kuzawuza apha kuni ukutya. Hlalani phansi. Sizawucela ke iclergy yethu. Nayazi mosla mcimbi we-liturgy. Liturgy. Wenziwa ngabefundisa ndingeni kwandawo. Kodwa ndingathi ngoku sizawuvalelwa nge-closing devotion by our clergy. Sisuke apha ke ngoku silinde ukutya sele bekusikelela xa besebevala. Thank you very much. Yala Nkosi singatheli imfundiso zezwi lakho